Good day everyone. We are the Group 7 and our topic is all about intramurals and recreational sports, staffing and coaching positions, and scheduling, officials, contests, and crowd management. So intramurals and recreational sports. So at the end of part 3, the students shall trace the development of intramural and recreational sports, recall the history of athletic meets in the Philippines, explain the different perspective of athletic meets in the Philippines, define terminologies in school and campus recreation, value the importance of scheduling games, perform steps in tournaments and league play, and lastly, propose plans for tournaments and league play. Development. Intramurals and recreational sports in both higher education and levels have grown out of the natural desires of students to play and compete. Originally, units of competition were clubs or classes, and the contests were loosely organized and primarily based on challenges from one team to other. Institutions gave little support or direction to the programs. So way back in our elementary days or high school, or as we recall in our elementary days and high school, so intramurals is part of our school. So in intramurals, the students will compete to other teams. So let's proceed to the brief history of physical education. 1913. The first intramural programs under administrative control were established at the universities of Michigan and Ohio State. In August 20, 1902, American teacher arrived in Manila to purposely reinforce the teachings of physical education and athletics and considered as the main emphasis of their tutorial mission in the country. In November 1911, to protect the amateur athletics, the Philippine Amateur Athletic Federation was organized. In 1938, the different interprovincial meets were reorganized through the former Superintendent of Physical Education, Mr. Serafin Aquino. So the interprovincial meets are some. So first, Northern Luzon Athletic Association, Central Luzon Athletic Association, Manila Bay Athletic Association, Insular Schools Athletic Association, Southern Luzon Athletic Association, East Visayas Athletic Association, West Visayas Athletic Association, and lastly, Mindanao Athletic Association. So the different perspectives of athletic meets in the Philippines. So legal perspective. The different sports in the Philippines are one of the main concerns of our government. This is stipulated in the 1987 Constitution Article 14, which states that to foster the values of self-discipline, teamwork, excellence for the development of a healthy and alert citizenry, the constitutions adopt the state policy of promoting physical education, encouraging sports programs, including training for the international competitions. Santos 2005. So as you can see the picture, the first stage was school intramural program. So next is district meet, then to division meet or city provincial meet, then the Palarong Panregion, which is the regional meet, and lastly the Palarong Pambansa, which is the national meet.
Philippine Sports Commission. So what is in Philippine Sports Commission? It is in charge of taking care of sports in the Philippines. They help with improving sports and supporting athletes. For example, they help provide training and organize competitions. So next is psychological perspective. So in sports, psychological perspective means looking at how the mind affects performance. For example, studying how athletes think, feel confident, stay motivated, and focused. They also use techniques like imagining success, setting goals, and relaxing to improve their performance. So that's how the psychological perspective in sports. So there are three reasons of importance of the philosophy to sports. First is to discover what there is to know. So discover what there is to know. Philosophy helps us uncover the fundamental ideas and principles behind sports, like what competition really means or how ethics play a role. For example, we can analyze what fairness means in sports and think about what it implies. So the second is guiding practical action. So in philosophy gives us ethical frameworks and moral guidelines to make decisions in sports. It addresses issues like doping or the use of technology. For instance, we can develop a set of rules for athletes that promotes fair play and respect. So third is producing a deeper understanding. Philosophy explores the deeper meanings and values connected to sports. It encourages us to think critically and reflects on things. For example, we can examine how sports impact society and individuals' well-being, as well as how they contribute to the development of communities. So those are the three reasons of importance to sports. So next is physical perspectives. In sports, the physical perspectives means looking at how the body affects performance. For example, studying how strong, fast, and coordinated athletes are, and analyzing their movements and techniques to make them better physically. So next, advanced objectives in conducting athletic meets. First, for health, means encourage people to be active and stay fit. For example, arrange sports events to motivate individuals and improve their overall fitness. And next, for leisure time, means provide enjoyable activities for relaxation and fun. Example of this, organize sports and events during weekends or holidays to give people a break from work or school and let them have a good time. So the next is for the development of citizenship. Means promote teamwork, fairness, and respect among participants. For example, include team-based events and sports means to encourage collaboration and build friendships among participants. And then next, for social contacts, means create opportunities for people to make new friends and socialize through sports. For example, arrange social gathering or activities after the events where participants can meet and interact with other athletes. So next is for pleasure in playing. Means give individuals a chance to enjoy their favorite sports and experience the excitement of competition. Example of this offer different sports and events in sports meets to cater to diverse interests and preferences. For lastly, for academic standing, means recognize the importance of balancing academic and sports. Examples, organize sports meets specifically for students, allowing them to represent their schools and gain recognition for their athletic achievements while maintaining their studies.
Terminologies related to school and campus recreation program. First is the intramurals. Intramurals, this includes a variety of activities and tournaments ranging from chess to team sports season. Participation is limited to students, so examples sa intramurals is like sa usa ka campus sa university sa Narso ang mga student lang gid ga-compete ang mga students kana ra mga estudyante nga eskwela pud og Narso. So extramurals, this involves competition between teams or people from different schools, higher level of skills than typical intramurals team. So ang extramurals is kanang mga estudyante nga ga-compete like lain-lain nga university nga gaabot ga-compete sila. Mga example sa extramurals. Play day. This refers to participants from several schools that meet to engage in one or more sports but school do not retain their identity. So, ang play day like for instance kanang naay mga estudyante nga taga Santa, gikuha na po'y taga Nagbalay, naay taga Manalungon, like ga-engage sila gausa sila in one sports. So sports day is the same as play day except that schools do not retain participants' identity. So same lang na siya sa play day, pare-pareha lang, but the difference is in the sports day schools do retain their participants' identities. And sports day is the same a club sport refers to those participants that involves group that has been organized because of a common interest in activity or sport. So, like for instance, kani nga grupo sa estudyante, kuan siya kanang ang ilang interest is volleyball, and then kani po basketball, then ang one po volleyball, kani po nga estudyante volleyball. So kanin is a kuan makanang gausa ang mga isig grupo. So, objectives, organizations, and structure of intramurals programs. The general objectives of the intramural program should be offer a variety of activities. The emphasis should be of enjoyment, camaraderie, challenge, and physical activity. So, when it comes to sports, syempre, naga ng enjoyment, then, syempre, napod na ang challenge kay naay madaog, naay mapildi, so naadra ang challenge sa game. Intramurals and recreation sports, finances, equipments, and facilities. It is nice to have strong financial support for intramurals, and one should continue to strive for it, but many fine programs have existed with almost no support. It may be possible to solicit funds from business community by letting a school business sponsor part of the program. So, ang sports mo exist good siya when in terms so financial man good. So, when it comes to sports, need gitag financial support. So, mo exist ang game kung naay financial support. Staffing and coaching positions. In higher education, fewer coaches are teaching. Therefore, the full salary must be borne by the athlete budget. Frequently, more and more non-revenue teams are being coached by part-time staff who are not associated with the institution. In some cases, staffing and coaching frequently turns to alternatives such as employing para-professionals or lay coaches, neither or to whom have full-time job in the situation. Usually, they are assistant coaches. Thank you.
Schedule officials, contest, and crowd management. From the scheduling is kanang muset pa sa schedule nga kana siya nga day nga inana dira na to perform atong sports management. Okay, nana for example nagset mo karong adlaw nagset mo nga kana karong January 16 mo na nato buhaton pagabuhaton nato ang sports management sa badminton, volleyball, or basketball. So crowd management is kanang na helps to ensure the safety of those at an event, from the guests to the staff and the performers when an event is taking place. So everyone in the venue should be able to enjoy themselves without worrying about themselves or about worrying about their safety. So number 1, is it possible to schedule home and away in same or alternate season? Possible ba nga mag-schedule sa balay o paagi sa parehas o alternate nga panahon? Number 2, are potential opponents competitive? Ang mga potensyal nga kaatbang ba adunay kompetisyon? Number 3, how are the facilities? Kumusta ang mga pasilidad? Number 4, how far are they? Unsa sila kalayo? Number 5, what reputations do they have the sportsmanships? So, being fair and ethical to those you're playing with, both your teammates and the opponents, are especially crucial. So, crucial siya ang ilang opponents. Number 6, do they draw sufficient expectations at home? Nagkuha ba sila og igo nga mga tumatan-aw sa balay? Number 7, Would fans follow them when the contest is at your... Sundun ba sila sa mga fans kung ang kompetisyon naa sa imong eskwelahan? So here is an example of commonly used format for scheduling games. So diri na to makita nga na ang game, date, day, time, venue, o fixtures niya. So the above schedule game format shows that the scheduled competitions last for 3 days and the games are scheduled in the morning and afternoon. So the venue is at the school gymnasiums. The fixtures is called match of terms. Officials, the job of athletic administrators is more important than to find and retain good sport officials. General regulations pertaining to officials are as follows. So these are the job of athletic administrator na very important to know in a good sports officials. So number 1, coaches should not talk to officials about complaints before contest, during the halftime or after game. So mga coach, dili na sila kinalampa mo reklamo during nasa contest or after nasa game. So number 2, coaches should not never enter the official dress rooms. So mga coach, di na sila pwede mo sulod or mo enter sa dressing room. So number 3, coaches or school officials should never criticize officials in the media. So ang mga coach, dili sila kinalan nga mo mareklamo or mo pauyon-uyon sa usa ka officials nga kanang dili na maayo kani dili siya maayo inana. So number 4, officials should be met as they arrive with their reserved parking place and be escorted to private dressing room. So ang mga officials kinahanglan magpa-reserve sila when during the working place. So number 5, officials should be paid before game. So mga officials kinahanglan mo bayad isa mo dula. 6, officials should be provided with an escort of court or field and from the dressing room to the car. So mga officials kinahanglan sila provided ng escort during the court or the field. So number 7, maintain written contacts with officials if a booking agent maintain contracts with officials and booking agents that is not responsible for assignments to remind the officials of the contest couple of days in advance. So ang mga officials kinahanglan sa inundaan in advance nga kani siya being responsible for their assignment. Number 8, follow standardized fees and never engage in official for less. So kinahanglan silang follow silang standard fees during that engagements of the particular activity. So number 9, never whore a relative of the coach or director. So number 10, avoid using the same officials for several contests in a row. So kinahanglan ilang likayan na mogamit sila mga officials during several contests nga dili nila makonduct during the activity. So number 11, make sure that officials are registered and certified by an appropriate body. So make sure nga mga officials ay registered and certified nga appropriate ilang body.
Contest management. It is possible to discuss in detail the great variety of factors that should carefully considered if large crowds are expected for an event. Many of the areas of concern listed here might require several coordination meetings of a task force or committee to structure a well-conceived, workable written policy. Horain and Stotlar, 2003. These are the examples: the schedule itself, game officials, the game site or venue, parking areas, public address system, communication, media opponents, transportation, limitation of crowd, conduct of cheerleaders, personnel on the field, security forces and enforcement of rules and laws, post-game activities, and emergency crisis plans and medical services. My explanation for this is, it means to have a crowd control for the event, making the activities go smoothly, and also to manage the places when the program starts and giving some instructions to those people who are assigned to it. So everything went well and organized also, and to make sure it was followed as what it was ordered on the government policies. These are the strategies to mitigate crowd control problems. In my own explanation, this is where the policies, or should we say to follow the rules when there's an event to be going on every places where people will go. The officials should also on the alert, either it is a big or a small activities that should be going on the event so no one will be troubled and hassle for the people around them.